Ready to get started?
Let's do it, man.
Sweet. Well, y'all, thank y'all for joining with us live. This is the first live on the Days End podcast that we've ever had.
Absolutely.
We are nearing a new opportunity for the channel, for the show, and we just wanted to break that down for you guys and just share the excitement that we have.
Yeah.
You know, leaning into this new iteration. And so over the last, month or so?
Yep.
At least, like month
At
ago.
least more now.
Yeah. We've kind of teased a little bit on what's next and I guess what we've been building behind the scenes kind of quietly. And we took a pretty long hiatus from January to now, pretty much. So a lot has happened behind the scenes. And that's the whole point, is we really want to give everyone this idea or this look inside of what is happening behind the scenes for the podcast. And so we're really excited to share some new news with you guys, and not really generated around hype as much as it is around, like I said, excitement for what this next chapter looks like. So yeah, without further ado, we want to announce that we are officially no longer the Days End Podcast.
That's right.
Unscriptd Podcast is officially what we are now.
Yes.
So obviously, for those who've been with us for going on about 2 years or so since season 1, we have some attachment to the name, to the Days End Podcast. We've spent hours in podcasts or episodes kind of talking about, how this thing started to where it is today. Like, for instance, season 2, all of the special guests that came on. And we just noticed that there was just something missing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, Michael, after season 2, something was missing and we couldn't quite put our finger on it during the process of recording until we ended and we were like, okay. First and foremost, it was just hard to say the name, the Days End Podcast.
You always had to explain it.
Yeah.
Spell it out. Say it's not spaced, it's all together.
I couldn't even tell you like how many times we tried to communicate that to somebody, to somebody we were trying to share the podcast with. And for whatever reason, it just didn't click, and you'd have to say it like 4 or 5 times, right? And so that was number one, just pretty transparent. How do we make this more attractive just from a name perspective? To where we don't lose that audience or the capability of adding new people to the audience. And so we came up with Unscriptd after a while of kind of trial and error.
Yeah.
Right. So we just kind of leaned into Unscriptd after probably a month and a half, 2 months, right? Of delegating or like debating back and forth what it should actually be. Yeah. And we settled on a couple different names, and for a little while they had some life to them. And then we
kind of just fizzled out, right? Like life and fizzled, and we kind of just went back and forth.
Yeah. It didn't feel right. Something was missing. Something wasn't quite describing the environment and the community that we are building, which is ultimately the Unscriptd Podcast. And as soon as we talked about it, it just clicked. And so part of season 2 is we realized a lot of the guests that were coming on board and the way that the conversations genuinely navigated were going towards that unscripted kind of value, right? And so we would send, our pre-script to the guest, and not necessarily in terms of, hey, say this, but here's what we were going to talk about. And then found out that we didn't even like really touch on maybe one of those things. Yeah. So there was really no point in doing that, because just naturally, I feel like myself and Michael were able to kind of, through our chemistry, navigate some of those conversations.
I think so. And it came naturally, right? And so ultimately what we wanted was for something to come very naturally, right? And so Unscriptd really described who we were and really directionally where we were going now. And the community that we were building was kind of two-sided, right? We have one side of the community that we're building and want to get extreme value from, versus the other side we want to get extreme value from. And what that looks like is, one side is they're making it out. They haven't really quite got out of the 9-to-5. They want to build something, but they don't know what to do or how to get out of it. And we want that person to get something tangible that they could take away from listening or watching a video of our podcast, versus somebody that over here that is successful in what they do, right? Maybe they're doing a few million a year at 7, 8, 9 figures a year, but they're stuck somewhere and something isn't just quite sinking in, and they're able to get something valuable from the podcast as well, right? So the one thing that we started doing in season 2, moving into the episodes that we are just continuously doing now, is we ask 2 questions at the end of every podcast, and it's, hey, what advice do you have for the person that is hasn't made it out of the 9 to 5? They want to do something, they want to get out there, they just don't know what to do, right? What do you tell that person? Versus, what do you tell the person that is successful, right? That's your peer, right? Or maybe even more successful, and they're stuck somewhere. What do you say to that person, right? How can you help them how can you help them in whatever it is that they may be stuck in, and what's common to you when you're coming up for being successful? And that's really where we want the intersection to be, is right between those 2 audiences, showcasing value on both ends. And that's really where Unscripted came from, is the community that we want to build is for everyone, right? And really telling the hard stories, the good, the bad, the ugly. How did you get to point A to point B? What challenge did you go through that was just mind-boggling hard, right?
Yeah.
But maybe somebody else can relate to you with. And what was that learning on the other side, right? Like, how did you use your adversity to get to where you are today? And did that adversity take you down for a season or 2 or 3, right? What does it look like? And it's fine, whatever it is. But we want to have those open conversations with founders. And it's not just founders, it's not just entrepreneurs, right? It's not just the Inc. 5000, right? It's everybody. It's faith, it's business, it's leadership, it's community, it's everybody that's doing something of significance, that they have gotten to where they are. And we want to tell those stories here. And that's really what Unscripted is about, is telling the stories of founders and leaders in the community, and how can we showcase those in a way that is tangible for people to take away, no matter the platform that we're posting on.
Well, and really transparent too. You said that really well. Very transparent, and all transparency. I think a big lacking in season 2 was just to go out and really seek out and look for those faith and business conversations. And so that's a big root of what this new thing is. And when you think about Unscripted, obviously you could personalize that however you see fit. But if you think about it from a spiritual perspective, right, I don't want to follow that script, because nothing in life are we perfect at. No, right. Never. And so we have this opportunity with Unscripted to especially as we go out and look for some of those conversations that are primarily faith-based, and to really feed back into the foundation of what this thing is being able to go out there and stumble a little bit, being able to go out there and just have raw conversations and dive into, the backstories as much as possible. And in a lot of cases, that's just my journey with faith as well. I can walk out the door expecting to do one thing and then come across a completely different circumstance. And that's the show. That's what you might see in this next iteration is, as we dive into some returning guests, as we dive into some all brand new guests, you'll see naturally that conversation go from the opening scene to how it ends. And we hope that brings you on a journey, that brings you on this roadmap of a conversation that really gets down to, obviously, and opens up doors for multiple conversations with different sources, right?
Exactly, right. And even following along with that, right, we have talked to businesses of faith last season, right, and what that looks like for them and the reason why they started it, versus other people that, like, that's how they run their business. And then others where, maybe they don't, right? And that's perfectly fine. And so at the end of the day, it's sharing our hearts with you, the audience, to bring out the best in storytelling across multiple mediums and channels.
Yeah. Which has been a challenge, but it's also been fun. Yeah. And we're just getting started. As you'll notice in this next iteration, next season, there will be no more seasons. So we're making a commitment, first and foremost to our daily lives and to our families, and really, really putting that first. But at the same time, we're making a big commitment to remove the idea of doing seasons and having that time in between when you're
Yep.
in one season and you're preparing for the next, to just continuing to lay down content for you guys, lay down episodes. We're going to have a wide variety of different types of content as well, right? So not just your standard almost 2-hour episodes like season 2 was. You'll see probably a more condensed version as we open up a broader range of different types of media that we can bring you guys. Maybe how-tos, as we've navigated building a podcast from scratch. We've come up with certain ways to and workarounds for how to go about some of the challenges and hurdles that building a podcast presents you. And so we might find ourselves in that small 10-minute, 5-minute chapter episode scenario. There's just a wide range of content that we want to bring you guys and bring you every step of the way behind the purpose of what this is. And hey, Sean, I appreciate you for joining us.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it as well. I mean, it's just such a cool opportunity to get back to the root of who we are.
Absolutely.
And present ourselves on this podcast, I think, better than we have in the past.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, what is a community? Why does anybody want to be on this thing? Why would you want to listen to us in the first place? And so we're going to build this thing around that, and hopefully help the next person that comes through this thick snow with some footprints to help out that next person.
Yes. Well said. I think that's perfectly said. So yeah. So over the next few days, you'll see all the socials and everything change to the new brand. We have a new website launching soon as well. That'll have some really cool ways for people to get involved. And we have a bunch of other stuff that we're excited for also that we'll be sharing over the next couple of weeks on all of our socials too. So stay tuned to all that, because we have a lot more coming, a lot more that we're doing. And we believe this to be a lot bigger than just our podcast, right? And so, we're excited to kind of share those things, as we start to develop everything that we are doing and everything that's within our pipeline today. So excited for this next journey, man.
Yeah, very excited. So I know we just laid a lot out there, a lot of back information as to kind of what's in the workings for now Unscriptd Podcast. And we kind of want to open up the floor a little bit for some questions. Anybody that's been following along since day one, or anybody who's coming on board for the first time, if you have questions, it could be related to podcasting. It could be related to what our journey's been like. Just the floor is open as we kind of wrap this thing up, just to kind of see what everybody's got.
Awesome.
It's good to see Sean, man.
Yeah.
It's a great guy. You know what? I have a question for anybody who's watching. What is your favorite kind of podcast? Do you watch business-related podcasts at all? And if so, what's your favorite channel? If you don't say Unscriptd Podcast, we will find you.
So I think for me, it's about honestly telling the stories of the founders that we get to meet and the individuals that we get to meet. A lot of times we see the successes, we don't see the stuff that went into it. Mm-hmm. And everybody, we're in this day and age where everybody sees the overnight success that really took 20 years. And I'm excited to showcase what that actually means and how somebody can go from adversity to success and what that path looked like for them. And that can resonate with somebody else that's going through the same thing.
Yeah, that's a really good answer. I think for me personally, or if Sean, like you said, individually, I'm excited for this podcast, for this show, for this community and movement to continue navigating towards the end goal, which is, I have no idea what that looks like. It can still today, other than we're focused, right? We're focused on what the name is. Mm-hmm. We're focused on the types of conversations we're wanting to have. But ultimately, God's in control of this thing. And I'm just super excited personally to see how it develops more in his liking and how it navigates into the conversations that have real, true impact. Not just on us, but on the people that are wanting to follow along with us, mm-hmm. and the types of opportunities that it opens up for us to go out and really work that commission, right? And in our mission fields, in the business areas that we're in, in our careers, our 9-to-5s. I'm just excited to see how it continues to develop us personally, because I can tell you I'm a different person than I was 2-3 years ago because of podcasting, realistically. And so
100%.
If it continues on that trajectory of the way I have been on it, and what it's been doing internally with me, I can only imagine what year 10 of this would feel like. So great question, Sean. I appreciate you for
thank you
sharing. Thank you. The logo and the name, I feel like it's just us. I think you said that on LinkedIn. It just feels like us. And
exactly.
We're really excited too. Thank you for the support and for following along with us.
Yeah, thank you. Awesome. We are.
Guys, keep your eyes peeled out for social media. We'll be sharing across everything. This live will kind of circulate maybe in highlights, maybe the full thing. Ultimately, though, across every social media platform that you can think of. We will continue to be live starting next week as of June 3rd. Our first episode will come out, and we're really excited to just get this thing underway and to bring you guys this new and improved machine. So
absolutely. Thank you all. Appreciate you guys joining.
Till next time.